Hi, this is Brian of the 2022 Mega Bowl champion Skybusters, and you are listening to the Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix with Josh and Gar.
It is December 23rd, 2025, 7 p.m. sharp. Hello, everybody, and welcome to podcast number 217 of that Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix podcast. I am one of your lovely hostesses, the Garlic Johnson. We are joined, as always, by our other lovely hostess, the Joshua Mitchell. Josh, say hi to the folks out there.
Hi, folk.
We appreciate people in our Discord. We appreciate Ali of Aoki Illustration. And we, again, appreciate you, Josh. Hi, ye there.
Well, I'm here.
That good,
I'm doing. Yeah, how are you, Gar?
I mean, I feel like I'm doing better than that. You know, I'm not feeling very melancholy. I feel there's definitely, I mean, you really only know in hindsight, I think, unless you're super self-aware, but I feel pretty confident at this point, at least in the holiday or in the winter season. I have not yet been hit with that big sad. I feel like no seasonal affective has hit me yet. I'm pretty chipper, all things considered, so I'm happy for that. Happy and healthy. Excited it's Christmas in 2 fucking days. I mean, that's pretty lit.
Oh no, it is.
You're asking me? I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be a little busy over the next couple days. I got a friend's event tomorrow, then Christmas Day, and then another friend's event, and then Bork's parents on Saturday. So we'll see if I'm this chipper with all that social interaction come Saturday, evening. But right now, I am feeling hot to trot. Are you guys a Santa household? Is Asher a Santa believer? For now, at least.
I mean, yeah, he is.
What's Santa bringing the little man?
I don't know. I'm not Santa.
Gosh. You're going to be just as surprised as Asher when he opens his gifts on Christmas? You're that kind of dad?
Yeah, probably. I know one of the big ones.
Ooh, what'd he get? Come on. It's not like he's sitting here listening.
A puppy.
Oh! Round 3 for the pups?
No, I'm just kidding. Not a puppy. He got a couch.
That's still pretty sweet. Does it have a cup holder so he can put his beer down when he's watching the Packers on Sunday?
They play Saturday, champ.
Okay,
No, it's one of those it's one of those play couches where it can fold into a fort and so you can make his own fort out of it. And so he'll enjoy it because today we were outside and we were playing. We started piling up all the snow and we started getting all that snow, and since it got hard, started digging it out, so made a nice little igloo, and him and Odin had a great time playing with that today. And I caved it in on him once just to see if he knew survivability skills.
Did he?
He's still out there. I don't
know. That's funny. Well, that's cool. That sounds like an exciting time. I assume you're going down. Is it the same as usual? I can't remember if it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or both, but you guys go over to the bunkers and Nene comes over too, and it's just a little mingling of the fams, or what's your Christmas day looking like?
Yeah, that's what it is. Tomorrow we're going down for a brunch. We're making some breakfast Sammys, so after this podcast I get to go grill some bacon and then get that kind of prepped and ready to go, and then and then Christmas morning I think it's basically the same thing. We go down and hang out with the fam down there, and then Friday we're hanging out with my dad and stepmom and is down. But
how's your dad doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean he's still got the mobility issues from I think I mentioned that in a previous conversation, but he's still doing what he can. Still wrestles around with Asher and plays with him. So
oh yeah,
all in all he's doing fine. But yeah. So you got Friendsgivings or Friends Misses, Al and Dave and them?
That's one of the Friends Mahan's Kwanzaa or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, that's on Friday. Little white elf in action. Can't reveal my gift, obviously, because they have multiple listeners who will be there. But and then the other ones with some. You remember? I mean, you think you were too old to be a Sems kid, but some of my old Sems kids friends those are the people I play Pathfinder with and whatnot. We're getting together tomorrow.
Played Halo with a few of them, I think.
What's that?
We played Halo with them for a while. Is that Lucas?
Maybe, yeah. I'm sure you've interacted with Lucas, who is on.
Yeah.
He comes around the Xbox quite a bit. But I'm not sure if you would know any of the other ones. We've mentioned Tim before on the pod. Tim is a sometimes listener of the pod, part-time listener of the pod for sure.
All right, well, that sounds fun. Yeah. Can I take 3 guesses at your white elephant gift?
Sure.
So it's for Al, Dave, that group, like Ben and all them.
Yeah. Who I'm not genuinely not sure who's all on the invite list, but yeah.
Okay. What was the cost range?
I think it's usually like 15 max or something. Very little.
Okay. Well. Did you buy them the second contract for JJ McCarthy?
I might have.
For 15, you might have overspent.
I might have. That's 15 over 3 years. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess because the last time I went to one of those was probably a different group, and I got season 2 of a podcast that no longer exists on a flash drive that no longer exists. So I don't know what the heck you guys are doing these days. I don't get invited to things.
Hey man, you gotta, I don't know, I'm not in charge of inviting people either, but I think you just gotta show up once or twice and you get back in the invite queue. It's usually how it goes.
Well, if I just show up randomly, then it's just kind of like, what the hell is this guy doing here? I tried to do that at a kid's birthday party and got kicked out of Chuck E. Cheese.
But Chuck E. Cheese is good pizza. That's fucked up. That's messed up of you. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Friday at 5:30 at the Sauces. So I mean, if you just showed up with a white elephant gift and with a dish to share, it's a potluck, I'm sure they'd let you in. No worries. I officially
I'm not
invite
that
you.
kind of person. I need to be invited by somebody.
I'm inviting you right now.
A host of some kind. Nope, you're not a hostess.
Oh, see? He doesn't even want to be invited.
Well, no, that's not it. It's not that. I'm just not. I don't like to intrude.
I don't think you'd be intruding, but I understand where you're coming from. I'm definitely, I get where you're coming from for sure. But yeah, no, that your guess was incorrect. I think last year I got like a Nerf gun and a tech deck. I have the tech deck actually right next to me, right here on my desk right now. So it lasts the tail of time, but nice little fidget toy for when I'm pretending to work. But no, I'll reveal it next week on the podcast. It's just a silly thing I saw on TikTok. That'll be my hint. But you ready to talk about football, Josh?
Sure. I think you went first last week, so I can go ahead and go first and get it out of the way.
Right.
Packers high. We have the best second string quarterback in all of the land. I would argue that the Green Bay Packers have 2 of the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFC North. And Packers dough is we lost to the Bears in overtime. No! Granted, we were without our starting quarterback or starting tackle, or starting tight end, starting edge rusher, starting safety. And then we have Romeo Doubs on our team, but yeah. Gar?
Sorry, I'm just used to you saying so much more.
No, I'm not. I don't have a whole lot to say. We lost to the Bears, and if I were to say any more, I'd probably start swearing, and I don't want to do that on this podcast.
I mean, I swear all the fucking. I mark every single podcast as explicit either way. So I mean, if you want to not swear for you, that's fine. But I'm swearing. You know, I swear. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Packers were rough. I mean, are you feeling pretty iffy about the playoff hopes then? Or I promise I'll talk about the Vikes in a second here. We're already eliminated, so I'm not trying to put the Pack down. But just as a Packers fan, I'm trying to. Well, how are you feeling right now? I'm assuming pretty underwhelmed based on how you just talked about it, and you lost to the rival, the Bears, which the Packers had owned for so long. But just how are we feeling? Pessimism right now based on all the injuries, or what?
Yeah, a little bit of pessimism based on the injuries, but overall, I mean, like they still held them to like 20 points, 19 points, and defense kind of collapsed, but offense playing with a backup quarterback, they had opportunities, and then just they did what they could. Malik played solid. It's just, it's NFC North football, baby.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Vikes high. Oh, here we go. I haven't played this in a couple weeks.
Can we get much higher?
We cannot get much higher. Also can't get much lower because we barely beat the worst in the NFL Giants. The Giants, to me, very clearly did not want to win that game. which I know we've talked about many times. Players and coaches don't really tank. It's only the GMs and the owners that tank. But that was an ugly game to watch. The Doe over here. JJ McCarthy appears to be made of glass. He has another injury. He's going to miss 17, probably miss 18 just out of an abundance of caution. So we get 2 more weeks of Max Brosmer. Oh, yeah. To, finish out our division rivalries. Both home games, I guess, which will be better than Brosmer, Hosmer having to go out there in this fucking severely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not dangerous. I don't know. My vocabulary is broken, but severely chaotic Seattle stadium. So that's great, I guess. Not great that JJ is. I mean, luckily they appear to be all different fluke injuries, but at the same time, JJ, I think I talked about explicitly last week that they're just kind of letting him fly this year, or they were going to, and then they're going to try and fix all his footwork and stuff in the offseason. Well, I think overall about JJ McCarthy, he seems to just play a little bit carelessly. You can argue that him hitting his hand into the helmet of an offensive or a defensive lineman is just a fluke. And sure, I get it, but I mean, you can't have this many injuries and it not be somewhat of a pattern. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Some of the hope that I had for next year after seeing JJ play 2 good games in a row is gone a bit. Certainly, I think maybe him getting injured one more time brings in a higher caliber veteran competitor in the offseason to compete against J.J. McCarthy in camp. We probably just went from I don't fucking know. We just went from a Anthony Richardson to a Jimmy Garoppolo or something maybe. I don't know. I know none of those names are sexy or exciting, but there's only so many backup QBs out there. So I don't know. I'm not going to be excited to watch this team on Christmas. I might not even watch the game on Christmas. We'll see. Do you have any thoughts about the Vikes, Josh, or any other games you saw around the NFL this week?
Well, I do want to go back to that point that you made about it being all these different fluke injuries, different places. And I don't know if that's a positive, because if you have chronic problems with something, then yeah, it's expected. But if you're just if you're the paper-skinned man with glass bones, then everything falls apart just based on that. So he's had the knee, the ankle, the wrist, or the hand now. And so it's just like, well, yeah, he's a little careless. He's missed counting. I know this is, if you ask Minnesotans, this is a rookie season. Well, he wasn't eligible to play all last year because of injury. And so that was 17 games that he could have suited up for that he didn't. And then this year he's going to miss 8 if he misses the last 2 weeks. So we're looking at 25 missed games in 2 years. It's kind of a difficult assessment to, base a player's ability on. He's almost missed as much as Andrew Luck. And according to Walters, he was a bust.
Oh, God. Walters took that. Let the record show Walters took that back before he blows up the chat in all caps. But no, yeah, I mean, I agree with your point that it's not great, and that's why I tried to characterize him. He seems to play a bit careless, or he's not as thoughtful with his body motion and where he's moving and how he's moving in. So maybe that could fix in the offseason, or maybe dude's toast. I don't know. It's weird.
But he does have.
Go ahead.
He has that J.J. McCarthy face too. I don't know if that's an injury or if that's just. He's trying to look like Bubba from Forrest Gump with his massive underbite.
They have a massive underbite? I mean, I don't know. We're critiquing the physical appearance of our quarterbacks now.
No, I was making, because his little I'm him face or whatever you want to call it, after he does a big play, he always sticks his lower jaw out.
Gotcha. I don't know. That's news to me. Maybe he has an underbite. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. That's not going to be part of my review. Anything else around the league, Josh?
No, No, I'm trying to remember all the other games that happened.
I know it's an eternity ago in terms of football, but that Thursday game last week, the Rams against Seattle, that was fucking electric. What a crazy game that was.
Yeah, that game was fun to watch, or fun to watch the scores of fantasy players, because first 3 quarters, not a whole thing happened, and then all of a sudden, explosion. So yeah, that was fun. Trying to remember the other games that happened. I mean, the game last night was, it was fun if you were a Niners fan or you had a bunch of Niners players in fantasy. That was a lot of points. Sunday night's game, I'm trying to remember what that one was. Was that the Patriots? That comeback win?
Patriots and Baltimore, yeah.
Yep. And then, that's when Walters got out the soapbox to put on top the soapbox to say Lamar is just trash.
Has anyone ever won a championship with Lamar on their team?
Doesn't even look at the playoffs from last year.
That's how Walt Sauce sounds, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so overall, I mean, yeah, we had some pretty good football games this past weekend, some close ones. And then, yeah, we'll see how it shakes up. I mean, some injuries, obviously, out there. Lamar doesn't sound like he's going to play next week. Josh Allen was on crutches, I guess. He has a foot injury. DK suspended. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that shakes up.
All right. Let's move on then, Josh. Do you have any sponsors this week for the Fan Tasty Zone?
No, nope, not this week. Didn't have any snacks. I guess I'm still plowing through those 7 dozen ginger snap cookies. I've only got 2 left. So,
1 dozen.
I have to freeze
or 1 cookie.
No, one cookie. Got to put it in a glass case and freeze it and save in case of an emergency.
There you go. That's smart. I got it. That was the sound of a crispy Diet Coke. Delicious. Fantasy Zone brought to you by Diet Coke. Josh, going into coming from last week, we were going into the semifinals here. How salty are you now coming out of the semifinals?
Well, as much like I predicted, I did lose to Tyler in both leagues, mainly because I accidentally shot myself in both of them.
Oh no! What were
actually,
the
I don't
players?
know if that's. Oh yeah, that is true. So I sat Matt Stafford because he was going against Seattle's #1 ranked defense. He put up 30, and in place of him, I played CJ Stroud. So yeah, that wouldn't have got me the win, but would have had me a little bit closer. And then in the Deflate These Balls League, this is the week that apparently Kenneth Walker decided to actually do things, and the week that Jalen Warren did. So between those 2 players, I had almost 50 points on my bench,
no.
which would have definitely done more for my cause than the, 7 that I got, or the 8 from Tyrone Tracy and the 4 from Rico Dowdle. So yeah, that one of those guys in over that would have probably gotten me the win. Yeah, Jalen Warren. Actually, I would have had to play both of them to get the win. But hey, I predicted it. It's no big deal. That league's going to die unless Tyler wins. Same with the Hidden Oaks League. Can't believe we're resting all of our hopes on Jesse to keep this league alive. Otherwise, Garlic walks away with what, like $7,000?
No, it's bro. I fucking wish. No, we do not, because we pay out just about half of it every year. Unlike Owl's League, where Owl's League saves everything except for like $50, I think, or like maybe it's $100 net, because I think you get $50 and then your next year entry is free. I think that's how it works.
No, I think it's just the 50.
Either way, we pay out almost half. So assuming again, assuming I did win, I would because the money I have right now is 2,120, but I would have to refund 400 of that, because 400 of that is already, because we collect a year ahead. So I would have to give out 400 of that. So then I would get, what is that, 1,720 is what I would get for winning it all.
Okay. So can you timestamp this so I could send it to the IRS just to make sure?
1720 in Minecraft, I guess, plus the 100 from this year, so it'd be 1820, because that's already in a different account.
to answer Walter's question about Kenneth Walker and his playoff stats last year, yeah, you could say he did solid if you consider the 3 weeks of playoffs. He put up a combined total of 5 points.
Well, that's not very good, is it?
Nope. Yeah. Well, that's cool. 1750. Gosh, if Jesse beats you 2 times in the playoffs, I don't know. Do we just kind of? When would your funeral be?
I mean, yeah, we're going a little out of order. We're going a little out of order here, but Jesse heading to both Hidden Oaks championships. What the hell is going on, dude?
I think that if he wins in one of them, we have to just put Elena's name on the trophy because we know it's not Jesse.
You know what? I'm not opposed to that. I want to believe you. But yeah, okay, so you talked about how salty you were for your losses. However, your chance team exploded. Let's talk about how excited you are about week 2, the final week of the Champs 2-week championship. You got to be feeling pretty optimistic about that.
I try not to get too optimistic, so I did actually have a bit of a rundown on the stats because as somebody who just always is, kind of spot on with their predictions. I don't know if you noticed that, Gar. I'm never wrong when it comes to predictions.
Sure.
I went and I looked at my team and their lowest weekly total, and I just pretty much factored that in. So my team's probably going to put up 86 total points this week. So that'll give me 370.75 total. And so I need to make sure, so in order to win, that means Colby needs to score less than what, like 150, and Aaron needs to score less than 160. So it's not looking too hot. But yeah, the 284.75 kind of with the 60-point cushion, it is nice, but I'm just waiting to watch it fizzle away because Brock Purdy had a career game on last night. CMC had a 37-pointer, 36-pointer. George Kittle had a 29-pointer. I ended up dropping Chase Brown and Ashton Gente during the Sunday games because I was trying to find like a replacement quarterback in case one of mine went down, and then Judkins got hurt, so dropped him. So it's just I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I could have had pretty solid backup with Chase Brown, but nope, didn't want to do that because I was just too much in my own head. So now I have to go out with the team that I have, hoping that they don't get injured during practice. But yeah, currently looks like I'm projected to lose based on Sleeper by 9 to Aaron.
What? I have you projected to win by 60.
Really, mine says 561 to his 570.
Oh, I'm looking at the web app here, so I'll pull up the app because the browser of Sleeper has absolutely been terrible forever. Except on draft day, the draft board works just fine on the web, which is good. Pulling it up, I'm vamping, I'm pulling it up. Oh shit, yeah, you are currently, I mean, projections are whatever, but yeah, you currently are projected, even though you have what would that be, a 72-point lead on Aaron going into this week. He is projected right now to beat you by 9. And then Colby, who's closer to you in score, you only have a 60-point lead on him. He's projected to not even crack 500.
By 60. Yeah, I don't understand the projection piece there, but hey, yeah, it'll just be really nice because we all know Aaron seems like a very grateful or very graceful,
very
winner.
Humble. Yeah,
humble. Yeah, probably has zero trash talk in his body. So I feel like him winning would be just fine. There's no chance of him rubbing it in at any point, even though we've met twice.
But I mean, Josh, for what it's worth, with his projections, I mean, Willie is projected 206, so he has no team. Cassie is projected 164. Falk is projected 108. Nick B is projected 170. Zimmel is projected 213. And none of those people have teams anymore. So, I mean, what are these projections worth, really?
Yeah, I know. So I did the math actually on them. Okay. And so I went through his team for week 17, and he's projected 10 more points than my team.
Okay.
But yeah, so I did do the math on that real quick. But hey,
that's just for week 16 then? So that's not is that already factoring in the 60-point lead you have? Or
no, that's just for week 17.
Yep. Okay.
So
we'll see.
he's projected to beat me by 10 in that, but I have that, like you said, 70-point lead. So or 60-point. But yeah, we'll see. And then I didn't even do Colby's math because I don't know. I looked at the numbers and he doesn't have anybody projected over 30, and then a lot of people in the 15 range. So his team would need to ball out, which it's possible. But yeah, we'll see.
Okay, well,
I'm over here crossing my fingers Josh Allen doesn't play, just because I could see him going off against Philly. Maybe Jahmyr Gibbs takes a nap at halftime and doesn't come back out on Thursday. George Kittle's hurt, but yeah, we'll see. CMC, might want to save him for the playoffs, San Fran.
Josh is he's feeling every emotion available thinking about that final week of champs. That's exciting.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do. I want to go out and I want to be able to say, I've participated in the Champs League for 3 years. I've won twice. Let's just, step it up, people.
You're very close. I mean, clearly, you're one of the best players just based on the fact that you made it to the top 3 of the guillotine. And yeah, you didn't win last year, but you won 2 years ago in your inaugural season. So, the champs need to step up. You're going to start in your Champs of Champs League soon. It'll be a league of 1, or a league of 4, I guess, if you want to recruit the other winners. But good luck, Josh. Genuinely, I have no reason to root against you. You want the best team to win. You want to see good people get good things. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah, you too in Hidden Oaks Dynasty. Jesse, good luck in Hidden Oaks regular redraft, and Walters, good luck in your toilet bowl game with your team.
Nice. To talk about my salt levels for just a second. So going into last week, for those who don't recall, because why would you memorize my fantasy schedule? I was going into 2 semifinals, both in my dynasty leagues, because I had lost in the Hidden Oaks redraft league. Got embarrassed by Jesse once already. Potentially that's foreshadowing, but I lost to what's his name? Dave Roden, I believe it's Dave. Lost to Roden. In the Deflate These Balls Dynasty, I was down by like 60 going into Monday night, and CMC and JT and Pittman could not combine enough to get me there. I got within 7. I was very close. And I did not quite accidentally shoot myself with at least one player, because if I would have played Kirk over Brissett, then I still would have lost by like half a point or something. So I would have had to make multiple swaps. So I have no regrets. It wasn't quite a accidentally, at least what I would consider one. But like you said, I won in Hidden Oaks Dynasty. I defeated who had quietly, because he never talks ever, but Kevin Brown had a very good dynasty season. Him and I came down to Monday night as well, and after Alex Pierce ripped off 2 touchdowns in the first half, I was not happy. I was not pleased. Every pore on my body was pouring sweat. But we pulled it out in the end, thankfully, because JT was pretty subdued. And yeah, so I won the Dynasty League last year for Hidden Oaks. So I go to the championship facing Jesse, and I've got a chance to win it all and end the league. And I might end the league. That's the way she goes.
Committing leaguicide.
Leaguicide. And then, depending on how Deflate These Balls go, I'm genuinely perfectly okay taking a year off of Dynasty. And then Deflate These Balls and Hidden Oaks Dynasty will combine with the competitive competitors. And then if I can get enough people, I'll do that Dynasty Best Ball like I was talking about. Or otherwise, that'll just be a pet project for when I get enough people. But it's the way she fucking goes, boys. So yeah, not that salty. Going for a ship, winning potential 4 digits. Winning a potential 4-digit prize. That's always exciting. But Jesse had the most points last week, so nothing's guaranteed. I looking at all my players' matchups on Sleeper this morning, just trying to look at my lineup, see if I had to make any waiver claims in this last week here. I didn't have a single green matchup except for my defense, so nothing but orange and red matchups. That's great. Got Jared Goff playing the Minnesota Vikes, which might be better because of Brosmer, but they might only have to run the ball 50 times, and Jared Goff does nothing, so we'll see. But yeah, not superly. I definitely am not going into the game with a lot of confidence, but I was one of the best teams this year, so it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility that I beat Jesse either. So exciting times, but no sure things.
Yeah, in the Victoria's Secret, I am going against Jack for the third place game. Jack was 22-6 on the season and the 1 seed. Got beat by Foster with the 5 seed. So kind of interesting to see. Jack's team just fell apart. So yeah, I'm sure he's going to bury me. But yeah, so I have a chance at getting some money there.
Well, good luck. Yeah, third place. What is that, money back or whatever? $40-$50?
Yeah, I think it's money back.
Okay, well, let's move on to the League of Record here for just a moment, because that's what kind of inspired the pod in the first place. The semifinal matchups were Jesse v. Derek and Jeremy v. T. We've already talked about Jesse a lot. Jesse beat Derek and advances to the Hidden Oaks Mega Bowl. And then Jeremy, Jerbear, defeats the Midget T. And so it's going to be J on J action in the Hidden Oaks Mega Bowl. Jesse versus Jeremy. I can't remember if that's exactly what you called. I definitely remember I picked Derek. I don't remember who I picked in Jeremy v. T, but that's going to be the Mega Bowl.
I think I picked Jesse and T.
Okay, well, there you go. We're both really good at predictions. For all the important matchups this week, which we'll send on a text tomorrow, but for the losers consolation game in the Hidden Oaks Redraft League, we have Brian versus Eric for $25 and 10 balls in next year's draft lottery. In the third place matchup for money back, it's T versus Derek for $50. In the Dumpster Fire Bowl, Josh, for the Dumpster Fire medallion, we have Josh versus the Hammers. So Josh, if you lose that game, you're gonna get a shiny new medallion around your neck for a year. And then, like we just talked about, the Hidden Oaks Mega Bowl, Jesse v. Jeremy for 250 big ones. How do you feel about your Dumpster Fire? I still
think that it's silly that we have the postseason bracket, because I didn't even check my roster really. But so like I'm looking at it now, and I won round 1, lost round 2. Garrett lost round 1, won round 2, so somehow he gets out of it, even though we're both 1-1 in the postseason, and I beat him in week 1.
Depends on your seeding. It depends on where you begin. It's like, King's Court. If you win, you go up. If you lose, you go down. So,
well, you can't go down further than the lower one, because I'd beaten him in round 1, and so where's he going to go? He's already at the bottom.
Yeah,
and
so that's where he stays.
I lose in round. Yeah, but then he somehow manages to sneak out. I don't know. It should be the last place in the regular season to determine who the worst team is.
More than welcome to bring it up next year.
I bring it up every year.
You haven't brought it up in many years, actually.
Because the first 2 years I did.
I said in many years. Okay, so you're playing the Hammers for that. Speaking of, by the way, we were talking about the Mega Bowl. I have the trophy in hand, but we've been talking about a lot of exciting things, a lot of excitement for our friends and whatnot, but I do have some sad news as well, as I was going to pick up the trophy today from the one and only Mr. Eric Landvik. He has informed me that this will be his final season with the Hidden Oaks Redraft League. Eric is deciding to retire. So we'll shoot off a cannon for that retirement. So we'll either have to break up the Hammers again, or find a new 12th team for next year. That's someone in the Hood universe. But Eric Szymanski, 2 championships under his belt. He decided he doesn't enjoy the stress he feels on Sundays anymore, and he wants to hang it up and just enjoy football purely. So we love you, Eric. Thank you for playing with us for 6 years or so, and obviously we'll see him around. It's not like we're breaking up or he's like moving away or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's of course, some somber news. Eric, everyone likes Eric. Not a single person in the Hood doesn't like Eric that I can think of. So it's sad to see him go, but obviously respect his. Donnie doesn't like Eric.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No, I don't believe that to be true. But no, everyone loves Eric. Eric's a great dude, nice guy, fellow Packers fan of yours, Josh. You guys have some kinship there, but yep, came in, he conquered, and he's like, you know what, these guys are plebs. I want to enjoy my football. I already won the ship twice in my short tenure, so I'm out, and I respect it. Protect your peace. I'm a big advocate of that. So it is what it is. Yeah, Walt could join the league. I know you could, Walt. we'll see. We'll see what happens next year. But just wanted to deliver that news. Breaking news live on the pod. Eric Szymanski retires following the 2025 season.
Yeah, we can shake some trees and see what falls out.
We'll find. And genuinely, Walt, it's not that I'm trying to exclude you anyway. It would just be trying to find hood people first, or people in the hood universe, because it's meant to be like the neighborhood league, which obviously we've adopted many people into the neighborhood over the years. But I'll definitely put you down as an interested team, and we'll see who else is interested along the way.
What's the range up to on Sundays?
The range. No, I do not. I'm not involving the ranch, respectfully, because that would just be a second team I manage. Do you guys want that? No. One more note on this. So I paid, if you won anything this year that isn't, one of the final week games, I paid out all the side bets this year. I tallied up the week 9 one. Garrett was the winner of that one. That was the mystery one last week. So Derek had the most. Everyone got their side bets paid out. Most points for was Derek. Most points against was Garrett. That all is paid out as well. So shout out to everyone who won a little Skrilla there. And then we already talked about the remaining prizes just a moment ago. Josh, any other thoughts about the Hidden Oaks Redraft League or anything else? Or is it time to get the hell out of here?
I think that's it. I got to go make some bacon.
All right. Well, I'm sure half that bacon will make it into the eventual baggie for the sandwiches tomorrow, and half that bacon will go into your gut. But I respect that. I think that's a good ratio when you're frying up bacon, because it's just so damn tempting.
A piece for you, a piece for me, a piece for you, a piece for me, a piece for me, a piece for me, a piece for you, a piece for me.
You understand. But okay, you go ahead and hit your Go Packers, and then after you go, I'll do the Hunger Games Fallen for the 2 people who lost the semifinals. And then we'll be back here this time next week, post-Christmas, post-championships, post-everything. And it'll be exciting, probably final pod, or maybe there'll be 2 more pods. We'll see. But, yeah, thanks for coming, Josh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm scrolling through Reddit, and somebody's like watching. Somebody has like Tucker Kraft Week 8 highlights, every catch versus the Steelers. And then it's like at the top, it's like a text message incoming, and it's, "Mom, are you bringing a girl home for Christmas this year?"
That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, go Packers.
All right. And then respect for the fallen. Tonight we honor some of the bravest. Derek Schultz, losing in the semifinals. He, losing in the semifinals. And Eric Szymanski, losing his love for the game. We'll miss you all dearly. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Oh my God! Keep the change, you filthy animal.